Hey everyone, it's Joe here from buildassetsonline.com. And today I want to do a Shoptimized theme review. If you notice, the background's a little bit different. I'm actually with Mike right now because I'm in the dining room. We're going to be recording another podcast later today with Human Proof Designs, but I wanted to bang out a quick video for you guys on the Shoptimized theme. Because it's a pretty popular and heavily promoted Shopify theme, and to be perfectly upfront with you guys, we are an affiliate for them. We do use them. Of course, I'm going to put the link in the description. But my goal with this video is to kind of give you the most honest assessment of the theme based on how we use it, so you can decide whether it's right for you. So I'm not trying to hard sell you on it or anything. You don't have to use this theme. I'm going to get into a few things that the theme has that if you're not going to use the theme, you can kind of do a few of these things. You can, if you want to custom modify your current theme, or you don't have money, I'll show you kind of the things that we would recommend doing that the theme has built in. But that being said, I do like the theme. We do use it. Now, when we updated our course recently, I had to use the latest version of the theme. We use the version from a year or two ago. So there's been a bunch of features added in. I'm going to kind of go through what they added and give you my take on it. Of course, so this is the product page. Of course, there's lots of great testimonials. So the first thing they talk about is the load time. It is a pretty fast theme from my experience. And the new version is definitely fast. But what I will say is that once you start adding apps and all that stuff, it's still in your best interest to get your themes speed optimized. So you can kind of work with someone like not a developer, but we use a guy on Fiverr. We've used a service before that kind of goes through your code once you have all your Shopify apps and optimizes it. So yeah, the speed is good, but you're probably gonna have to do some work on that anyway. Now, the whole thing with Shoptimized is that their whole thing is that they're built around getting people to convert. So they have all these urgency countdown timers, scarcity remaining with stock, saying that stock's running out soon, you better order fast. And for our business model, we don't use this stuff a whole lot. And that's because in the world of high ticket dropshipping, the way that we like to fuel the e-commerce side of our portfolio, it's people aren't going to make a $5,000 buying decision based on an urgency countdown timer. If it's between, if there's someone's going to spend $5,000 with you, usually what happens is they'll visit your store a whole bunch of times before they make the purchase. So I think actually, we found that putting in the urgency countdown timer on a lot of things can be counterproductive. But if you are doing a more low ticket thing, or if you are doing exclusive, if you have a brand that does exclusive drops or whatever, I don't know, a good example. I guess, I'm not that hip into pop culture, but I know like Kanye West does the shoes. He releases the shoes and then they go out of stock and the offer is expiring. That's actually, scarcity is a really, really powerful conversion tactic, but we don't use it on our stores. But if you have a business where you have products that are actually expiring and that people need to make a decision quick, then it's an excellent feature to have. So that's a good, and they have different versions of the timer to fit with how your website looks. So that's good. There's also a remaining stock thing. So yeah, that's also good. Kind of hits on the same principle of scarcity. Again, not something we use, but if it can be very, very powerful if you have a business that that benefits from that, a lower ticket business. And when I say lower ticket, I'm talking $200 or below. We like to sell products that are $500 and above, but the bulk of the products we sell are $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 and more. So that's not really going to help us that much. But it is a good function. So geo IP recognition, again, great if you're shipping all over the world. I don't really have much to say about it. We don't really use it, but if you do have a worldwide brand, it's definitely helps to show people things in their own currency. And that kind of goes, they can switch the currency like right on the theme, which is something I was kind of, it is in the old version, but I mean, something I was kind of playing with in the new version as well. Shipping time estimator is great. Now, what we like to do is actually, so again, the part that can be difficult about this is it's easy. It's a great feature if you have like a small store. So what I mean by that is you're selling a select number of products, and like they all ship at the same time and on all that. Like if someone orders any of your products, they're going to ship at the same time. But when you have a lot of different suppliers like we do, we actually don't really use this feature. What we do is we actually make different versions of the product page in the theme code editor, and then we can put the supplier's shipping time in a template on Shopify, so we can kind of be clear to the customer like when you're getting it. So again, a great feature if you have a business that has consistent shipping times across all your products. Email pop-up, you can't really go wrong with this. I haven't messed around with this feature too much, to be honest, so I can't really comment on it, but it's good that it's integrated with the theme, just because it makes it more seamless to add a pop-up. We're still using pop-ups. We don't think they're spammy or anything like that. I mean, they certainly can be spammy, but we're definitely still using them because they get people to sign up and they convert. We're using Privy, but this could definitely be a good option, but I haven't had the chance to mess around with it in our business, so I'm not going to comment too much on that. A lot. So when we first started using Shopify, it was actually really difficult. Not really difficult, but if you were a little bit new to making a website, it was really difficult. I said really difficult, but it was like kind of annoying to have to figure out how to add all your different tracking codes in, your ad codes and all that. So the latest updated version of Shoptimized, there's kind of a place to put it. Like they've made it pretty easy. You don't actually have to go into the theme file, like the code itself, to copy and paste that stuff in and try and find the right places to put it. So this risk reversal thing here, this is the standard stuff that comes with the theme. It says it's like badges that say like, if there's a 365-day money-back guarantee. Now, we love that the theme comes with this stuff, but we don't use the templates that are out of the box. We like to actually make our own custom badges to really make it clear, to not to make it clear, but to suit our business and our suppliers specifically. So, but what I like about this specific conversion boosting feature that they talk about here is that it just makes it easy to add this kind of stuff in these prominent places. So, we'll make our badges showing like, hey, this is our return policy. This is what you get. And the way the theme is set up, it just makes it really, really easy to insert those things. And that's really, really what I like about the theme, is how easy it is to insert what they refer to them as conversion boosting features. I kind of always call them just conversion assets, because it's just a little thing that's going to help you convert more. Value proposition, the same thing. You can kind of put some things. They make it really easy to put like icons and a little bit of text like below where the add to cart is. So again, we don't use their stuff that came out of the box, like their icons and stuff, but it's really, really helpful that they give you a place to just put that stuff in. And that, again, that's what we like about the theme is how easy it is to put the stuff in. But I do want to, throw a word of caution out to just using the stuff that comes out of the box, or at least all like the icons that they give, because it's going to make your site and your store look a little bit like samey. You know what I'm saying? Especially like I see so many Shoptimized stores that I could just tell they look like Shoptimized stores. And when you reach that point of saturation, it's not a good thing, because you're just going to look like everyone else. So you definitely want to go that extra mile and customize it. So let's talk about video embedding. This is just something that's they give you. I think we're not currently using it on our sites, but if you have like legitimate customer or like testimonial videos, you can put them. I think it's on the footer or on the bottom of the home. Yeah, you can add these videos to the footer. Yeah, so we don't currently use it, but it's really, really good, and it makes it really, really easy. You don't have to do like a YouTube embed, which can click people off the site, and it kind of looks unprofessional. They make it kind of easy just to put any customer testimonial videos that you have, and I'll show you what I mean by that on the on there. They give you a demo here. So yeah, here it's kind of on the footer. And you can just put some videos in there. And if you have good customer videos, or you can even do like a message like from the owner or something, it's a really good place to make you seem like a real legitimate business. We haven't really had the time or the effort to do it with our stores, but it can be a great thing. We actually did do something similar on a store that we sold, but we weren't using Shoptimized at the time. We did have custom videos, but if we did have Shoptimized, this was years ago, we would have like embedded it just like that. So they make customization kind of easy, not something we use, but if you are selling like shirts, or like you're doing print on demand and you're selling like mugs or something like that, that's a great feature to have. Again, if you're just starting out your e-commerce journey, not going to recommend you do print on demand or any sort of custom thing like that. But if that already is your business and you're making money and you want a customization feature, they do have that, and it works. So the mega menus I really like, especially when you have a store, because if your theme doesn't have mega menus and your store starts to get kind of crowded, you need a way to like organize it and show it to customers. Let me show you here. Yeah, so if you need a way to like organize things and like show it to customers, the mega menu like lets you put let's see. Yeah, like here. You can have different ones that like they're showing different examples of it, but this is just like what I use. So it would just have like product A, product B, and then all different kinds, and then you can have multiple menus of this with like different sizes and all that kind of thing. So that's always really good. I like that a lot, especially for the bigger stores that we have. We don't have to get a third-party app, because again, third-party apps can like slow down your store a lot. So yeah, it's best if it's built into the theme. The header is a really, really good part of the theme, because it gives you prominent places to put your phone number, put your hours, really make you look like a legitimate business. There are areas of this that I like to disable, like the Facebook likes and stuff like that. I think this is kind of this kind of stuff might have had its day, but yeah, the way they allow you to customize the header a lot. They show in this example here of like you can put like banners up here. I don't really use that, but you can. Yeah, they call it the promo deal of the day banner. Yeah, but it's got all the stuff you need, like a search bar, and it even does like what's called a predictive search. I don't know if it's going to do it here, but basically like it'll kind of be like Google where it auto completes. We're actually using we use a different app for search nowadays, but it works really well if you don't have that. So yeah, I kind of covered that. They do have a sticky header thing. So when you like scroll down and stuff, that can stay there. Honestly, I kind of turn that off, but yeah, that's not a feature that I like or use. They say they have some data behind it, but feel free to test it yourself. I'm just kind of giving you my personal input, the way that we use it for our businesses. So this social proof pop-up where it says, like, I don't know if you've ever been on a store and then it says like Cindy just bought blah blah blah. It can be powerful, but I think it's something that's kind of played out nowadays. It's not something that we use. But again, I think it goes back to, it depends on your business model. If you are doing something where you're doing like exclusive stuff, like the Kanye West shoes that are gonna, people are buying them rapidly and they're gonna go out of stock, it could be a really, really powerful feature. But for our high ticket dropshipping business, not something that we use, but could be powerful. Free shipping bar, good stuff. Nothing bad to say about that. You can kind of put like custom messages in the header, which is good. Kind of encourage people to buy. Just talk about some of your unique selling points. Let's see. Upsells. Believe it or not, we're not really doing many upsells at this point. But again, if you're doing lower ticket stuff, or have like a clothing brand or something like that, where you need to really stack the stuff on top of each other, then it could be a good thing. I know a lot of other people talk about upsells as like the holy grail of drop shipping and of Shopify, but in our particular business, not something that we really use. Not much to say about the add to cart button. It's nicely designed. We like to use just one of the more simple designs. I don't like how they put like the McAfee secure thing on there. You can get the McAfee app, and so I think you are legitimately secured by McAfee, but it's not something we do. I recommend just going with one of the other ones without that, or by making your own safe checkout. But yeah, it's pretty easy to put it in the right, make your own and put it in the right spot with the theme. So much like all the other stuff, that's what I'd recommend. So yeah, this actually is something that I like and something that we will use, the cart page urgency. So I don't like hitting the visitors with too much urgency for high ticket items, but once they are in the cart, that's a great time to do it, showing them that the order is going to expire. It doesn't necessarily even mean that it's going to go out of stock, so you're not really like being dishonest or anything like that, but it does give them that little extra push to buy. And once they're in the cart, that's a pretty strong indication that they've made their decision that they're going to buy. So yeah, they have, so let's see, cross-sell pop-up. That again, good for if you're doing like lower ticket accessories. Really, really good. Can be really powerful and stack up. Not something that we use, but it's something that could work really, really well. I mean, this is kind of like, if you think about Amazon, this is how they drive a lot of their business. Not in this way specifically, but they do a lot of cross-selling with the people also, where it says people also bought, or customers who bought this also bought. It's a really, really powerful thing. So it's good that they've built it in the theme for people with those type of businesses. Skipping the cart and going right to the checkout. Not something we use, but pretty cool. I don't know another way to phrase it other than like they said here, how it reduces the friction. But yeah, again, I always think about Amazon, because they obviously are the e-commerce leaders and they know what they're doing. I placed a few orders on Amazon today, and yeah, I had the option to skip the cart, like just click buy now, and I did it, and it just seemed, it was so seamless. So it's not something I would do if I was going to buy a $5,000 product, but again, if you aren't selling those type of things, it could work well. Oh, these like little types of badges, not something we use, but again, if you're doing exclusive stuff, could be worth it. All right, so they're talking about Tripwire offers here. If you don't know what this is, a Tripwire is it's like a lead magnet. It's like a little bit of a step up though. So a Tripwire is basically where you get someone to spend somewhere from like $1 to like $20 to kind of get them on your list and, kind of acquire them as a customer and market to them later or upsell them. So they've kind of built that into the theme. If that's something that you do, it could be a great thing. Oh man, it's kind of, sorry. I wanted to see how much I had left because I feel like I've been talking for a while. So as you can see here, they are really kind of on the cutting edge with it's kind of like a buffet of conversion assets, or I forget, what did they call them? Conversion optimizers or whatever. Conversion boosting features. It's kind of like a buffet. And one thing you got to realize about being at a buffet is like, you don't want to eat too much because you'll walk out feeling terrible. And this is something we touched on our last video, where we talk about how there's no one size fits all for your business. Some of these features are going to be great, and some of them are just they're not going to apply. So it's important to, with any theme, really, really understand what you need and what you don't need. So we kind of talked about the search autocomplete a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, again, this is kind of clever. If you're trying to, you got to be careful of filling up your product pages with too many of these messages, because they start to kind of like blend in to one another. But it can be powerful to say like 70% of people do this, or show like if people genuinely do buy like 2 or more things, or you kind of drive a lot of sales from doing bundle packs, it could be really good. So I don't know what your business is, but yeah, just think about it. And the way they phrase it here, volume purchase, social proof, it is. I can see that being very, very powerful, even though I don't use it, and I've never seen that phrase used before. But yeah, exit Popup, again, it ties into their opt-in thing. You can use their stuff, or you can use a separate app like we use. Doesn't really matter. The sticky add to cart button is something that I really, really like, because it's not too intrusive, and it kind of follows people as they go down the page. And that's really, really important, because people are going to read the product descriptions. They're going to be scrolling around, and you want that add to cart button to always kind of be front and center, or to be in places where they're going to reach next. Like, you want to take the friction out of them going all the way to the bottom and then having to scroll back to the top most of the time, even with high ticket items, just because they'll say they read the description, like, all right, yeah, I think this is the right one for me. You want them to have the ability just to boom, add it to the cart right there. So you can put a coupon right in the add to cart. Again, that can kind of help, but you want to be careful about how you stack these things. You don't want to, you can't just take all of their conversion boosting features, throw them on your site, and expect it to be fantastic. Like, you really, really have to cater it to your business. But one thing I want to touch on is that, they really, really are hitting on the major things, the major conversion things you need to think about. They're hitting on scarcity mainly. Scarcity and prominence, scarcity and social proof are the main things that this theme is focused on. And obviously capturing leads, but I think scarcity and social proof are the 2 main things that they've built all sorts of widgets around. So yeah, you want to take all the scarcity and social proof stuff that they've done and not just throw it on there like your throat, like don't just throw it on there and smear it against the wall. Like, be very, very careful with how you select these things, and like figure out what your demographic and your customer is gonna want. So yeah, that actually turned out to be a lot longer than I thought. I kind of really hope that what you got out of this is you kind of saw my perspective on the theme, and it fits in with what we were talking about yesterday, was that you cannot take someone else's business model and just fit it into your own. So what we personally, I'll tell you what we like to use about the theme, and it's very, very simple. So well, first of all, I like the fact that the theme has support. We're well past our support period at this point, but when we needed it, it was great to just be able to email and be like, look, I don't know what's going on with this, like, help me fix it. Because you don't want to spend your time in your business like working on technical stuff if you're not a technical person that can figure it out quickly. You'll just waste your whole day. So I think it's worth spending money versus going with a free theme that has no support and just trying to clunkily figure out your way around it. Support and a point of contact are fantastic. But just looking at the demo store for a sec, the main things I like about this theme is, and you can do this with any theme, but it can be customized to make your store look like really legitimate and like a real thing that customers trust. So, and the main way you do this is just like with things like phone numbers, with hours, locations, if you actually have one, just showing people that like, hey, if you buy from us, we stand by our stuff, you're protected. So that they basically just, it's built in the box, all of the spots that you need to put that stuff, and you can just throw in like a kind of like a phrase here, like why you're the best place to shop for X. If you come up with something unique and compelling, it can be really, really powerful. And yeah, can we go to a product page? Let's go to a product page. The way it is on the demo, I think it's kind of like, it's a bit too, it's a bit heavy. Like you see, they kind of just threw out all the conversion assets in one place. You want to be really, really careful about this, but at least they make it easy to put the stuff in. And that's what's most important. You don't want to have a theme where it's difficult to put any conversion assets in, because then you're going to have to download all sorts of, that's basically what 90% of the apps on the Shopify store do, that you're going to end up paying monthly for anyway. It's helping you get like conversion assets to your store. And having it built into Shoptimized is, and having to disable a few of them to make your store look good, is a small price to pay. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this review of the theme. I hope you kind of got our perspective and found it helpful. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. And again, our affiliate link is there if you want to use that, and if you enjoyed the review and want to say thank you, that's cool. If you don't want to use it, you can just Google Shoptimized and find it that way. So again, happy to answer any questions, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Take it easy.